How you all doing, ladies and gentlemen? So, the Bundesliga is back. Yes, it has been a while, it has taken a while, but we're finally back. This whole situation, this whole quarantine situation has sort of been solved. We're sort of resuming everyday normal life. Obviously, in this game, in this particular Bundesliga match day as well, not just our game in particular, but in the match day as a whole, there won't be any supporters. But in the grand scheme of things, football is back. That's the message that you need to know, that football is back. And quite frankly, I think we all are happy that football is back. Even if it has no supporters, which of course are the lifeblood of the game. Us, when I say us, I mean me, and probably a few of you lot, who are probably bored beyond your sanity, bored out of your mind, have now something to look forward to. But that's not the point here. The point is that it's back, and obviously with that comes a lot of. First of all, with that comes a lot less rumours, because I feel like the last, why I haven't made a video in like the last month or so, because for the last month it was basically like the same rumour, spun differently every single day, because of course newspapers, they still need to sell their newspapers, and they can't do that when the football is not on, so that's why in the last month, basically all we've seen is Sané to Bayern confirmed. Sané to Bayern will happen. Sané to Bayern, it's for 40 million. Sané to Bayern, 50 million. Sané to Bayern, 60 million. Sané to Bayern, personal terms agreed. Sané to Bayern, this. Sané to Bayern, that. And it's just like, bro. I know you need to sell papers. I know you need to sell papers to make a living, alright? But, my goodness. At least write some nonsense, alright? So at least, it's not the same thing over and over and over and over again. Which is why, again, I haven't been making a video. Because I personally don't rely on this for an income. So I don't need to make random videos that I have no interest in making. Haha. But yeah, football is back. And again, as I said, first of all, I don't expect us to play very good in this match. I don't expect any of the teams to really play that well in the match. I know it's only been like a month and a half, 2 months now since the quarantine started. I know the footballers themselves, the players themselves, they've been keeping themselves healthy and fit. If you watch some of like their videos, Neuer, he's been practicing at home. He's got a goal at home. He's got our own personal coach at home. Obviously, he's like social distancing and so on and so forth. But they've been training, so they are still healthy. Obviously, for the past week or so, they've been also in training, so they aren't in the worst condition. But what they lack right now is rhythm. And that's obviously very, very key, rhythm, which is kind of what I expect this game to be like. First half or so, I kind of expect us to. I expect two things. I expect us in the first half to either go all out and play very good football, and then in the second half play absolutely atrocious football, or vice versa. Play very bad football in the first half, but then in the second half slowly, start getting that rhythm, start getting that conditioning, and then start, playing closer to our actual level. So I'm looking forward to seeing this game, quite frankly. I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm very much excited. I know the Bundesliga is like I think it's actually the first major league that is back. So there's going to be a lot of eyes on, obviously, the games that are happening this weekend, which is great. It's great for the Bundesliga's sake. Now, some people, I'm sure, will have like the notion that we shouldn't be playing without fans. What's the point of playing football? And quite frankly, I do get that. As I said earlier, the fans are the lifeblood of football. It's the whole reason why clubs are sustainable, why clubs exist in the first place. It's kind of why this channel exists in the first place too. But I'm looking at it from like a different perspective, not so much from like a Bayern perspective, but rather from like the smaller clubs, even Schalke. There was, I think, like last month or like a month and a half ago, it was quite a while ago, I think maybe like late March, I want to say, where like I think it was, I can't remember who it was, but it was someone from Schalke that came out and said that like they don't have the money. They like right now they could be going under if like the football doesn't resume within the next 3 months, because they don't have the TV revenue, which they rely on so much, and they don't have the ticket revenue. So they were kind of just in that position where they could go down any second. So especially the smaller clubs, obviously the less financially savvy clubs, they are struggling. So it's good that football is back. TV revenue for them will be important. I know people will say, well, just write the season off, just start next season, or just wait until fans can enter, but we don't know when that will be. Now, personally, I've looked into a few things just because I own a few stocks in health markets, and it seems like a vaccine will come out maybe like 3 months or so. So, you know, obviously we can wait until the cases diminish to a point where we can have such massive gatherings, or we can wait until a vaccine is out. And I think a vaccine is going to be, I think it's all going to be roughly around the same time in about 3 months. So I don't think, the clubs will be able to survive, the smaller clubs will be able to survive for 3 months without football. Now in this case, obviously they don't have the ticket revenue, but they do most certainly have the TV license revenue. So football is back. We can be looking forward to basically football every single week. Now this one is probably from like a match preview, this is the least match preview because this is more so the Bundesliga is back video. That's this intention. But yeah, the Bundesliga is back. I don't know what else you want me to say. The Bundesliga is back. We are back. Football is back. I kind of missed it. I really missed it actually, because again, last 2 months were not that boring in the grand scheme of things, but they were all over the place, I'd say. No, they weren't terribly boring, but they were kind of just all over the place. When you just kind of do the same thing over and over again, and there's like no real activity available to you, then it just kind of becomes so repetitive to the point where it feels like you're going insane. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, expecting a different result. But yeah, football is back, ladies and gentlemen, and let's see how we do today. I'm obviously fully expecting us to do relatively well, even with us and, well, again, all teams most likely lacking rhythm. I still fully expect us to do very, very well, because quite frankly, we are generally a team that, like, when you look at our friendlies or like winter breaks or our summer breaks or whatnot, we are generally a team that like comes back very, very strong. So I fully expect us to like come back stronger than all other teams, have a great start. I feel like we're going to have a good half. I don't expect us to have two good halves, right? But I do fully expect us to have at least one good half. And that's what I'm looking forward to, seeing that one good half. I'm also looking forward to like seeing that one bad half. Quite frankly, because I want to see how bad it is. If it's like terrible, or if it's just like, okay, they could be doing better here. I wonder. But hey, I'll be seeing you all in the next one, everyone. Until then, have a nice day. Peace out, and bye.